Oh, hey, how we feeling today, y'all? It is your girl, Jaimi Alexander. I stayed home from work today. My throat was tingling. Anyway, I wanted to come to you guys with a message. And I am so excited. Why am I excited? While everyone's scared and buying up toilet paper and listening to everything Trump says every 5 seconds and the mayor and this, don't get me wrong, it's important to be informed. But let me give you some other kind of information that I encourage you to focus on. I'm excited. And let me tell you why. This time, and what we're going through right now, what does it remind you of? For me, it reminds me of 2008 when the market crashed. People were losing their jobs. Nobody knew what was going on. All of these things, right? Now, I'm going to give you 3 tips to navigate this season. And this is where a person like me thrives, shines, gets excited. I am activated. While all this chaos is going on, I am in the eye of the storm looking like, all right, God, what you want me to do? What do you want me to do next? Ooh, let me get silent. Let me get introspective. Let me get back in that place of alignment where my intuition is loud enough for me to actually hear it and actually move and have the fearlessness and the boldness to move on what I hear in my spirit. That is what we should be focused on right now. I mean, let me start going through these things. I was just so excited to bring this to you guys, and I've been wanting to share for a while, but it's been kind of hard to just sit down and get this done. So I'm doing it now because I'm a pro at navigating this, and I promise you, you're gonna be okay. Yes, again, we do need to pay attention to the details. I'm not saying walk around in ignorance, but don't feed into and buy into the fear of things. First of all, you gonna die how you gonna die. You gonna hop in the car and God willing, right, that we're all safe, but it's written, you guys, like, you know, we can be safe and we can be careful, but at the same time, let's spend our time in these days wisely, because I'm going to tell you something right now. This is crucial. If you are not spending your time wisely in this moment, you're going to be in this season, you're going to be filled with anxiety. You are going to be lost. You're not going to know what to do, and you're going to miss the boat. And I don't say that to put fear in you, especially because the things that need to be done are the things that need to be done anyway. And I have been able to take a lot of my lessons from 2008 and apply them now, which makes me an expert at navigating this stuff. Your girl don't flinch when she loses a job. I also don't flinch when I gotta walk away from one. And yes, everyone's circumstances are different. I don't have kids, this or that, but I've also not always been buku ballin' my whole life. Or, you know, I get afraid and there's things that I have to go through too, but my spirit, my intuition, and my purpose on this planet for such a time as this trumps everything. That comes first. Before the bags, the shoes, what I look like, who I'm dating, where I live, how big my apartment is, if I have roommates, how many groceries, toilet paper, who's sick, who's not. My purpose and my spirit and that alignment comes before it's my navigation. It's an anchor. I encourage you guys to find an anchor in this time. So let me get into these tips. Woo! Almost dropped my iPad. I made notes and everything because I'm not playing. I really know that, listen guys, your spirituality is the way you think. Your spirituality and how you move is very important and is more needed and necessary now than, let's say, in 1917. We're up against something different. This ain't your mama's Bible school. Do you know what I'm saying? This ain't your grandmama's church. We need to be armed spiritually in order to navigate these times, and we're up against a little bit more. With technology, the way things worked, we're a little bit more overwhelmed and our attention is a little more dissipated. Therefore, when it comes to spirituality, which is my favorite thing to talk about, spirituality, self-mastery, we need to focus on that just a little bit more and a little bit extra because of the way the world is today. We didn't need all that in 1917. It was a lot simpler. There were other things going on, but now we need to guard up, arm up, suit up, and be the spiritual warriors we're created to be so we can get to what we need to do. Number 1, don't panic. Okay. My spirit has been so at peace. Freak out for what? I'm gonna just follow the rules. I'm washing my hands. got a little mask, limiting I'm following the rules. Again, don't get me wrong. This ain't, nothing's gonna happen to me. This is a joke. I live in the spirit. I'm not saying that. But panic does nothing for us. And then when you start to look into things when it comes to neuropsychology, you know, a lot of studies that neuroscientists do, I mean, fear just takes you right out of everything good, including a healthy immune system. So we'll talk about that. But I wrote down, if you lost your job, please remember that nature abhors a vacuum. Those of you who are not used to losing jobs and are used to relying on jobs, this has got to be hard for you, but it doesn't have to be. Now's the time to shift your mindset and realize what opportunities are really open for you. When people call me and tell me they lose their job, I congratulate them. And I sound crazy to them, but me, I'm thinking, yo, nature abhors a vacuum. It's not going to leave the space empty. How exciting that you get to think forward about what you actually want to do. Whether you loved your job or not, what's next? Life should not, in my opinion, life is not wake up, go to job, come home, veg out, go to sleep, do it again. The old ways are breaking down, y'all, and I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this. My soul, I could cry right now. My soul has been waiting for this crumble. You're gonna be okay. Now is not the time to freak out. You have the time, space, and opportunity to tap in. This should be your number one priority, guys. There's a lot that even comes with tapping in, right? A lot of my friends who are realizing how they have to navigate this, we're not hungry, because when you are spiritually being fed, there is, you know, people fast when they want to connect spiritually. Sometimes it happens backwards. And I think some of our bodies just kind of switched into a survival mode, not from lack, but from the notion that, ooh, time to suit up. Hold up. This is looking crazy. Something's going on here. Let me stop all the eating, the kicking it, let me turn, while all of this is turned down, let me tune and tap in. So sometimes that comes with less meals, which is convenient, right? Save a little money, a little less grocery shopping. Do you see how this all works? Thank you. We need more from ourselves mentally and spiritually now to keep ourselves above the drama. Here's the drama, here's you. Drama, you. Stay above it. Don't get involved on Facebook. Those of you, 2, 3 of y'all who happen to still be on Facebook. Don't get involved with the drama. Do not get involved with, oh, the president said he was going to do this. Now he's saying they're going to do that. The Senate voted that. Somebody's quarantining. Somebody's out. These dummies should stay home. It's their fault. Ain't nobody got time for that. Walking in purpose and being creative is what we are innately designed to do. We're made in God's image. If God created the world, the universe, the animals, humans, blood flowing through our veins, look how we function and we evolve and we grow. Nobody has to prop us up to do this every day. The Creator did this. So if we're made in His image, we're creators to create something. And I don't mean just sit at home and color and put some pom-poms on a paper, glue it and try to set, whatever it's going to be though, that might be your thing. But now is an opportunity to think about that thing you always wanted to do. Do you sing? You don't have to make it as Celine Dion. Do you realize you could connect with a local production company and sing and make licensed music to be sold? There's all kinds of ways that you can use your gifts and talents now to make money. And that's what you need to be thinking about. What do I actually want to do? And what is in my purpose? Now, this is also a new moon situation. So it's time for us to ask ourselves, like, who do you want to be? How do you want to show up? What are you about? Like, what is my purpose? It's bigger than getting up, going to your job, coming home, picking up the kids. Like, that is all fine and great, but what a glorious opportunity. Homeschooling. I don't have kids, so I know some of y'all are probably like, girl, until you sit there with them kids all day, trust me, I get it. We're all overcoming some sort of annoyance or something that's harder for us, but it's only harder and uncomfortable because it's not something that we do. So with change, there comes a little bit of friction, but also like, dang, what a valuable lesson. How outdated are our school systems, guys? I know they're giving the kids their online work reports and things, or curriculum and stuff like that, but that's good. But What a blessing. You can show them like, look, baby, you can get a job, but mommy's not working right now, because sometimes things happen outside of us and we have to learn to adjust. Teach your kids how to adapt. Teach your kids how to be emotionally available and strong. Teach them how to not pile up experiences so much so that they're moving in fear and can't navigate something like this. This is real. What an opportunity. And we are survivors. Take it from someone who has spent their life this way, going for this type of freedom to be in alignment with who you are and what you love to do. Guys, I'm not fazed by this chaos because I've been living my life this way. I've been living my life. I've taught myself to live my life in such a way that I could be ready for anything. When 2008, that market crashed, you guys don't understand. When the market crashed, I crashed because my self-worth was tied to what I did and what I had. My self-worth was tied to that. So when 2008, the market crumbled and your girl wasn't making the six figures and getting the jobs and and it wasn't popping no more, I had to become the person who desperately needed to understand why I was here on the planet. Because it ain't the job. That job was poof, gone in a second and wasn't no thought. The 3 jobs that I lost before I was finally like, oh my God, who am I? God help me. Like, what's going on? They all closed their doors. This is going to happen, y'all. We can't be so reliant. Like, not to say you should live in fear to where you're working and if somebody closed your door, just always anticipating somebody closing the doors on you. That's not what it is. But be so good that you are, like, spiritually, that you already know, whoop, one door closed, another open, might be 5 that opens. We have this, it's all about perspective, the way that you see things. And I can only speak like this because I learned the hard way. I went through it. I went through the fire on this. So it ain't, this time it's the coronavirus. The last time it was the market crash. Next time, what's it gonna be? I'm not worried about it because I got this and I'm gonna always have it, and so will you. So what is really amazing is I was looking at this astrological forecast about today in the new moon, and I took a snippet of it because I was just like, whoa. This mighty celestial body, so it's talking about Capricorn. It's talking about the planet of Pluto. You don't need to understand astrology in its depth to understand what I'm about to say. The mighty celestial body entered the sign of Capricorn in 2008. This blew my socks off, where it will remain until 2023. Pluto is the planet of transformation and change. It ushers in these shifts through exposing the truth of a situation. It's kind of like finding out what's really in those chicken nuggets and consequently not being able to eat them anymore. That's what happened to me in 2008. I was like, oh, hold on, y'all, I got a burrito in the oven. Gotta get my little lunch. Okay, so in 2008, that's what happened to me, y'all. Like, because before I was raised like, get the job, save, and I was always fighting against I didn't want to go to school, I didn't want the job, I don't want nothing, leave me alone. I want to do what I'm good at, right? So in 2008, that's what happened. I was like, wait a minute. I worked the job, I sold the houses, I was great, I did everything the ground up. I mean, I saved, I did all the things. And here I am, still assed out. Also, they're not chicken nuggets. What's in the system? I knew what I was eating didn't taste right. You know what I'm saying? Let me go to my core and find out what I really need to be eating. So, Pluto and Capricorn, there's a power shift, right? Capricorn energy, so I have a moon in Capricorn, my moon, so it affects my personality some, like the things that I like. So you can look in your natal chart and kind of figure that out. Either way, it's not important for what I'm about to say. So Capricorn energy is in the systems, the control, the rules and regulations that we are asked to follow. It's the collective establishment. Pluto in this area of the zodiac means the way we organize as a planet, is transforming. This shift has been happening since 2008. Yes, it has. Can we think of information that has surfaced since 2008, which has shifted how we see the power dynamics on the planet? This is why 2008 speaks loud to me, because that's when I started my first business, Sleepless, which was a business completely dedicated. Well, so on the front end, it's influencer marketing. However, 12 years ago, influencer marketing wasn't a thing. So I was on the forefront of influencer marketing, because when your back is against the wall and you have to react and figure out who you are and what you have, that's where my heart led me. Like, hey, I got bomb friends. They're not Britney Spears and Beyonce yet, but they're still talented. They still do. How about I get all my friends together and create an agency where the smaller business and entrepreneurs can lend from our talent pool for their commercial and event hosting needs? And it worked. Now, in my mind, I should have the biggest agency alive right now, but I don't, but maybe I will. Look how things open back up. So it's influencer marketing for the products and for as a service. But on the flip side, for the people who are a part of my Sleepless movement, it was all about purpose. It was all about preparing them for times like this. It was all about making my friends and anybody connected to me aware that you don't have to do things in a cookie cutter box. There's so many ways that you can use your talents to earn income, have fun, walk in purpose, help others, be seen, grow. Is Sleepless coming back, y'all? I don't know. Don't get me excited. The second thing, so the first thing was don't panic. That was everything under my first tip. Second tip, meditate. I was making too many excuses about not having the time to meditate, and it's BS. I have started with 1 minute and sometimes to maybe the 5 to 20, and I still, have to go to work, so I'm doing all that. So it's really helped me, because think about it. We just crossed over into Aries season, and it was also Persian New Year. So both of those things, regardless of what you believe in, still in other cultures and other realms, consider right now New Year's. And don't it feel like it? We need January 1st. We're just, between then and now, we're kind of done. We're done with 2020 right now. But it's a new year right now. So what are we going to do going forward? We're not going to look at the past at all. We're going to train our brains to go forward only. So if right now is a new year and we have a new opportunity in a new world to show up in new ways, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? That's the main thing you should be thinking about right now. You can wipe your butt with something else later. This should be a priority. Who am I gonna show up at? What am I gonna do? This is an opportunity. I'm excited. I think you guys can tell my excitement, because this is what we live for. So yes, make sure to meditate. I am going to share some more stuff in another video, because I don't want to spend too much time on this meditation thing. Don't be intimidated by meditating. It is exactly what you need to do, and it does sound corny. I have been ignoring meditation for a long time. Like, I'm fine. I said a prayer. I thank God for getting up. So I'm with you. I'm not holier than thou. I'm not but recently I've made it my mission to meditate, which I am going to share with you in another video, because this one's getting long and it's going to make you want to meditate too. So do 60 seconds. You can do 60 seconds. There's no excuses right now, y'all. It ain't going to be no, oh, I can't sit still. I have too much to do. My kids won't let me. I can't. You can find 60 seconds. I'm going to let you stick with that. And then number 3, the third thing that you can do to navigate in this season is ask yourself what you are in covenant with. Are you married to your fear or your faith? Look how tight my hands are. Are you married to your fear or your faith? What do you want to be married to right now? What do you have time for? Do you have time to worry about all the stuff that didn't work? Do you have time to pretend like you know everything and you can control the future, so you're just going to be like, next week it's going to be this. This is coming. Do you have time to live in that fear of a false, something that's appearing real in your mind that you have we be making stuff up because we feel comfortable in control. And that is crazy. One thing that I hope I am able to teach my kids when God blesses me, I think I'm gonna have a daughter. I just need one little baby girl. Just give me one, just my little baby. Is how to deal with and be comfortable with the unknown. And that's tough when you're a control freak, when you overthink, when you've been wounded, when you're working through pain, when you have a family to feed and when you're worried, all the fear that, we have sometimes our emotional stress responders everything we do is being filtered through that. And we don't want that because it doesn't give us space for the infinite possibilities that might happen. We're so busy trying to predict what's going to happen tomorrow, next week. I got this much money. I'm telling y'all, what I went through from 2008 to now showed me like, girl, no, you don't have that much power, baby. The only thing you have power over is how you're going to show up in the moment. My dad used to always tell me like how we react is key. And I still don't always react. I still deal with being annoyed and, all of these things. I'm not perfect, but I'm so much more cognizant, and there's a heightened cognizance right now about how we react. How do we view things? How are we showing up? What are we looking at? I've been looking into a lot when it comes to Joe Dispenza. He's amazing because he has the perfect blend between science and spirituality. And when you just think about the way our brain functions, if you wake up in the morning afraid because yesterday you got laid off, now you're thinking, oh, what am I going to do? What's going to happen today? And oh my God, I remember when I got laid off the first time and I was broke. I had to move. You're going to start your day rehearsing the past so that now you're living your future through the lens of the past. We got to start popping up out of bed like, all right, Lord, where you at? And if you don't believe in God, nature, universe, you still know there's something within you that's bigger than you that's making this whole thing go. So whatever you want to call it, for me, it's God. Like, God, what are we doing? What do I got to do? Like, this is exciting. I have an opportunity here. I want to show up like this. Ooh, let me meditate and think about who I want to be. That looks good. That feels good. I've been meditating. My husband, okay, how I show up in a room. I meditate I feel like one day I'll be in a room full of people, maybe college students. I think that's what I'm seeing, a college, where I'll be able to bless them with knowledge that's going to help them. And then I think about the smiles and the warmth of the heart in people who I've shared a nugget with and they were blessed. Thinking about it brings my soul peace. It makes me want to cry because I know that I have that power, value, and that's where I'm headed. So I want to think about that. I don't want to think about, oh my God, I'm not a good speaker. I've never spoke before. Who's going to hire me? How am I going to get a publicist to get me there? And why would somebody want to talk to me? I haven't wrote a book. All I'm seeing is that my energy is warming hearts and gifting people with I'm helping people climb out of the BS, climb out of that crap that keeps you where you're at and not moving forward in a way where it's going to be of value to you. And I've been through enough. I haven't been through everything, but I've been through enough to speak to certain situations. I'd be happy to help people untie the knots in their brain so that they can live their best life. I need you to live your best life. There's creativity and purpose in you that will never be here again. I feel like it's my job to activate that in you. We got to see it. You were never here before. You'll never be here again. So you won't be too afraid to open up and open your heart and give us all that God has blessed you with. You gonna deny us the music? You gonna deny us your poetry? You gonna deny us your invention, your kid's book, your paintings, your design idea? You just gonna deny us because why? Somebody told you to be at a job all day, save up, put in your 401k, then you get fired and depressed? We don't have time for it. Life is too long to be sad over what didn't work out. And I can say that because I've spent a lot of time being sad over what didn't work out. A lot. So I hope you guys are finding the value and beauty, not only in this video, but in this time. Thanks for rocking with me. It was really important for me to share this with you guys. I just promise you, like, this is bomb. Like, this is so bomb. Even when it hurts, what is going on is so bomb. And I just want y'all to take advantage of it. They say you'll know in a certain amount of time who was grinding and who was crying. Like in 2008, when everybody was worried, I was on fire. I started a movement and I took it across the United States. People were touched, moved, on board. It was lit. If you were there, you know what's up. Nothing could ever change what I went through and who it made me. It prepared me for now. I learned so much about leadership, fearlessness, courage, managing money. I made so many connections and relationships. Like, by God, I might not have done everything perfect, but I got years of experience in events, connecting people, networking, jobs that I've worked, commercials that I've done, hosting. Y'all know how many people I've interviewed? You want to tell me I'm not ready for what's next? I'm not even trying to hear it. I was designed for this. When things go down, get to it. I didn't fall out in 2008. I got on my hustle. And I didn't know anything about anything. So now I have an opportunity to use my wisdom from where I've been to power my now. And you're going to see it. I'm 100% sure because I know I didn't go through all this for nothing. And now we got another opportunity to show out. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Tap in, get to it, do your thing. I want to see it. Comment below, subscribe, share. Love you. And I'll come back with another message maybe in a little bit. Bye.